Okay, we need to start making these into quads. Now, when I say quads, 4 sides. At the moment, this is 4 sides, so it's a quad, so we don't need to touch this. But let's start on something a little simpler, like this. Now, there are tools in here that you can use. If you're in the polygons tab here, and you're in the tab here, then if you go up to edit mesh and then you go to interactive split tool, there's this tool here which allows you to split the polygon. And then you can just select down there and you can press enter and it'll cut it. The only thing is, I find with the interactive split tool, it does cause problems. You won't see any here, and sometimes it works beautifully, other times it's just horrible. So I tend to use the old split polygon tool that was shipped with an earlier version. I think it was 2010 or 11, and I tend to use that version. So in order to be able to get to that version really quickly, I set up a shortcut key. So let's just press Ctrl Z to exit what I just did, and I'll show you where you can find that. So what we need to do is go into our edit, hold on, where is it? Our Windows and our general editor. No, settings and preferences and tool settings. Hold on. That's not right either. Settings and preferences, hotkey editor. Okay. And inside here, we want to go down to mesh, edit mesh. And in here you should find a tool, split polygon tool, and there. And then in here I put the hotkey. So I put a control and a plus. And then so you can come down here, you can assign it. So I can press, I can modify it with the control key, and then I can put a Q and then assign, and it's already assigned, but it will pop up in there. And once that's assigned, you can then close that down. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that you might need, but no. No, that's fine, so you can close it. So now if I press Control and Q on my keyboard, it will bring up my cut tool. And what I can do is I can click on one of these edges and I can get this and I can move it down, so I can snap it down there. And the next thing I can do is I can come along the bottom here and select roughly the center and let go, and then I can press enter on the keyboard, and that's given me a cut. Now I can press Control Q again, and I can click here, click across, drag down, click over here, press enter, and Control Q again, press here, over here, press enter. And I'm just going to make sure my vertices, yep, they've locked. And now I've got a quad. So now I can take this as an object. I'm right hand clicking, going up to object mode, and up here under make sure the polygons tab, hit the polygon there, and we can move that back and create our first letter. But not only that, later on, I'm just showing you quickly, if we go into smooth mode, this is smoothing it out. But if we start putting some edge loops around this, we can start tidying it up and sharpening it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit mesh, and I'm going to insert edge loop tool. And I'm going to press 3 on the keyboard, and I'm just going to click in here, and I'm just going to drag it near the top and release. And you see it's following it, so it's locking it to that. So now I can come into the sides, I can do the same. And I can come into there, do the same there, I can do the same there, do the same there, and one down the bottom here, and I can come inside here just to sharpen those areas up, and finally down the bottom here just to sharpen this piece up here. I can turn off wireframe on shaded, and I've got a nice kind of beveled edge on this now, but I could always press 1 on the keyboard to get this back out of smooth mode. So 3 puts it into smooth mode and 1 takes it out of smooth mode. Okay, so your goal is to go through all these letters and quad them up, but leave these round ones because I'll tackle these later. So I want you to do the same with this, but as you're doing this one in particular, I want you to make sure that you cut out where the inside of the O is. So let me just demo that to you now. Let me go to wireframe on shaded. Let me just go to wireframe mode, and for this particular one I'm going to turn on the curves layer, but I'm going to lock it, so I'm turning it into a template. And now I can press Control Q, I can lock to here and lock up here and press enter. Then I can press Control Q again, lock to there, lock up there, press enter. That was the wrong place, sorry. Control Q again, do it there, lock it here. Sometimes it's a pain. Probably need to cut across this, so here we go. Just going to come across to here and across to here, and Control Q across to here, up to there, and do it in sections. And if it's behaving irrationally, just do it in sections. Okay, so I've got that kind of quadded up. Now you need to press the space bar to zoom into quad view. If you haven't got quad view, you can right hand click. Actually, you can go to normally I've got an option down the side here to take this into quad view, but you can you can press the space bar so it brings the hotbox up, and then we should be able to access our display. Right, sorry, the hotbox. I'm used to pressing the space key and it just gives me my 4 views. If that's not happening for you, you might need to go up to around here and make sure that you've got the right view on. Hold on. Panels here, and just go into one of these. So you can just click panels, save layouts, 4 view. So click the 4 view, and that will bring you all the views, and it'll give you the front view, which is down here. Now if I press the space bar while my mouse is over here, it'll bring this up to full screen. If I press the space bar again, it will do it down, and the same for our perspective view as well. So in the front view, as I was saying, if I now right hand click and grab vertex, I can use the move tool to position this using the other as a guide. So I'm going to come down here and just position this. So that's how I've positioned that middle bit there. If I go back now to smooth shade, I can come in here, right hand click, go face, and delete this face out the middle, and that will instantly give us that corner. Now I need to quad this up, so I'm going to press the Control Q again, and I'm going to start to come across here. Pressing the enter again, pressing Control Q, locking to there, coming over here, pressing that, and I just need to get rid of some of this to create a quad. So what I'd do is I'll go to this edge here and here, and I'll just press the delete key, and I'll press Control Q again and select here and up here, and that's a quad there, quad there, quad there, quad there, quad there, not a quad there. So I need to come along here, just over here, and press Control Q again and across there. And now that's quadded up. So that's 4. So that's how to do that hole in the middle. So you get the idea, and also to use these views for position. This is the side view. Now it's flat at the moment, so we can't see anything on it. But and this is the top view again. It's flat all apart from the A, which has got some depth here. I'm using the middle mouse button to holding the Alt key and the middle mouse button to go that way, and of course so left mouse button to move in and out, and I can't pan around it because I'm in a orthographic view. Okay, so continue through these. Don't extrude them like I did for this one. Just get them so that they're all looking nice and they're quadded like this. Yeah, apart from the D and the J, because we'll tackle those separately. When you finish quadding this one, if you like, you can center the pivot point, going to modify, center pivot point, and then pressing Control D to duplicate on the keyboard. Control D will duplicate that A, and you can bring that, and using the front view here, I'm pressing F now to zoom into that section. I can just position it in where the A should be, and then that creates the A for us. Okay, so I'll leave you to do, don't need to do that one, to finish off the E, the N, the T and the L, which are pretty simple. This one's really simple, the L, because you can press Control Q and then come down here and come down here, press enter, and job done, it's quadded. For this one, I might as well do it while I'm here. I can go there, and then I can go across here and press that, and I need to just quad this part up, so I'm going to come up here and press Control Q, lock on there, press up there and enter that one. That's that one done. This one here, Control, put it there, enter, Control, down there, enter, Control Q, there to there, enter, and that one's quadded. So quad, quad, quad. And lastly, this one, there to there, enter, Control Q, back down to there, enter, Control Q, down to there, enter, Control Q, there to there, enter, Control Q again, there to there. So it's a bit boring this, but hold on. It's a bit boring, but sometimes it causes problems. Let's Control Q it. Sometimes you need to come in from the other side. And there. And so that's all of those ones quadded up there. I'm sure you can make them look a bit neater than that, but that basically will get you the effect that you need. And then we'll start on the next lesson, we'll tackle the J and the D, which are slightly different.